/marker. Just put that in there. All right. Now I think in GitHub, right, I haven't signed up. I haven't like signed in on GitHub on this browser. I think I'm gonna go and come out of here. Oh, that's in a Firefox window. Let's see what we got. I think it's our learning game design patterns. No, not learning diesel. Learning CD. Learning game design patterns. There we go. I just have sort of everything sitting here. So I think I'm gonna move all of this into another folder, and therefore I'll have a folder for the Rust version and a folder for the JavaScript P5.js version. So let's make a directory, I guess like P5 infinite runner, and I'm going to move game.js not.get index, I guess that star. Let's move the node modules. We don't need those. Obstacle, the packages, the player, and the playground, not the README, and the tests into, what did I call this? P5. So if I do that, all I have left is the get infinite, okay, and the README. So if we open up, let's do cargo new, and this one I'm going to call GGEZ infinite runner. I've learned the hard way not to use dashes for this, because if I want to use that, like that external, the extern, what is it? Extern crate command, I can't use dashes in that. That's cool. So let's cd into that, and we'll open up code here. Well, I was going to have the entire line highlighter, but that's not going to work anymore. So that's also cool. I need you to be a little bit brighter for me. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and bring in GGEZ. I do have this this cargo. You still need extern crate. You know, maybe I don't. It's been like, I sort of followed it and I tried not using it. Maybe I don't need it anymore. Maybe it hasn't told me it's deprecated when I compile it. Okay, so if I do GGEZ, I don't think I need a randomizer. Nothing is gonna be random about this game. We're just gonna use the latest version of GGEZ. We're gonna come into source, and RLS is compiling and setting everything up. I tried having Rust Analyzer on here. It just drove me insane. It's really like, it's kind of awesome, but at the same time, it wasn't giving me the autocompletes that I really wanted. And then it was injecting like what the types of each variable were inside, like inline in the code, which is cool, except I wasn't doing it for everything, so it wasn't consistent. So I figure when they go 1.0, I think then we'll have a really serious look at it. Until then, RLS has, been pretty good for me. All right, so we're going to now go and grab, it's not officially deprecated, it just has the same functionality as use, which also interacts with cargo.toml, so it's redundant. Ooh, okay, so let's try not using that then. All right, so if I go to GitHub, let's go to GGEZ. I'm not going to use the BB GGEZ library because I want to show off like, okay, this is like from scratch. This is what we're doing. And so we're grabbing main here. That way, anybody who wants to sort of follow along and program this as well, they can. All right, so we have our main function. I like to rename all these variables to be the full words. So context, we have the event loop. So we're gonna need to bring in the context builder. My game, this is gonna be infinite runner. Cool game author, well, that'll be me. Let's see, build. I could not create. Yeah, I was getting this a lot yesterday. Okay, so then we're gonna bring in my game. We're gonna match on event. Okay, so we need context builder. So use GGEZ context builder. Now it looks like we also need event, which is off of this. So bring in event. And now we need my game. So let's go ahead and open up, create a lib.rs, and we're gonna create a my game. Now I'm just gonna come and take this struct here because it has this, the implementation for it, which is what we're gonna need. So here's, we need this to be public struct my game. We're gonna rename all of the CTX stuff to context. And event handler, this is all good. Now it should be yelling at us, but we haven't hooked it up yet into everything. So therefore it's not yelling at us yet. So let's do that. All right, so I want to use, and then grab that my game. So previously this is where I was doing like extern create and then I can use it. If I could use GGEZ infinite runner, sort of like self, my game, does that work? I mean, RLS certainly doesn't think it does. Maybe it's also like an RLS problem. So if I save you, let's try running this and see what happens. Oh, right, we have to compile it. I forgot. However, look at this. I'm able to compile. Yes, 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 I know. Don't worry about that. I'm able to compile and the stream doesn't like go to 1 frame per second. It's amazing. Oh, it's crate : : Okay, that's what it is. So let's try that. Create : my game. Unresolved import, create my game, no my game in the root. I mean, you have to say like lib my game? No. Yeah, maybe I need to go like check out the documentation for it, the new one. So not found in this scope. Yep, that's. I mean, so these found errors for this, for the actual library. Oh, wait, you have to read up on it. I keep on trying to move my mouse over to the Windows computer and that doesn't work. I know that CJ of Coding Garden has like a tool where he allows his mouse to like go over and control his Windows and back to his Mac. I don't know if there's an app for that works with Linux. That would be pretty amazing. So this is where I usually just sort of give up, because I'm always doing this like on stream, and I just do extern crate, GGEZ, infinite runner. You do know of one that's cross-platform. Ooh. And then I can do GGEZ, infinite runner, my game, and then this, I mean, almost always works. Now, I sometimes have to restart the RLS. Can I find crate for GGEZ infinite runner? You think CJ uses share mouse? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look, make sure my name is exactly the same. Yeah, okay. Save view. Can't find crate for GGEZ infinite runner. No mention of Linux on the site. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Linux is not really like the big thing, but I'm thinking like VirtualBox on the Windows desktop, and then if I get a second, I do have a second monitor, and I just got like the cables for it. I might be able to set that up so I can have like stream information and then like the Linux environment on Windows over here, which would probably actually be the best way to do this. All right, so you're upset. Can't find crate for it. However, you're upset now because in here we're not actually like loading everything up. So let's go ahead and do that. Maybe that's our problem. So use GGEZ. We need context. We also need other things. Let's see what it's going to complain about. Event handler. Is event handler in there? No, it's actually an event. So we need use GGEZ, event handler. We need a game result. That's in the root. We need a graphics. All right, now we have no errors. So taking away those makes these work just fine. So out of curiosity, if I comment this line out and we just say nothing else, like if I just use this, does it work? You assume I'm using Rust 2018. Yes. Hey, it works. Okay. So I don't need to use crate. I could just use the name of the crate. So, and now if I do crate instead, does this work? No. Okay. So instead of crate : it is just the name of the crate, and it figures it out that it's in the crate. It's itself. You have 200,000 particles at 60 frames per second in JavaScript. Awesome. Are you using WebAssembly to like get that too? I haven't tried WebAssembly with Rust yet, which seems weird because that's what Rust is like really well known for right now. Not regular JS. Ooh, I bet if you go WebAssembly and you use the video card, you could probably get you could get some really cool stuff going. All right, so we have the basic window going. I want to make this maybe a little bit bigger. This is 1080p. That window is kind of small, just something that is going to be easier to see. So we're going to need to create I think it's a window mode. I always forget which one specifically I want. Unfortunately, you cannot measure over 60 frames per second using request animation frame without a higher refresh rate monitor. Oh, yeah, that could be a problem. So in GG, so let's go to crates.io. We'll search for GGEZ. Go into the documentation and we want to look at the conf. And I believe it's window mode. Yeah, in window mode, we can set the width and the height. So I'm gonna have to create a new window mode. So, or window mode is gonna be equal to, and we have to bring in conf. And I can use conf, window mode. Actually, maybe this is something I should do separately down here. That way I can just go straight to window mode, have most of the things be the capitalized stuff that I'm bringing in. Your friend has looked at some of my things in our high refresh monitor, and they say they're amazing, 120 frames per second. Yeah, I can imagine that. This monitor that I have here, I think is capped to 62, but I haven't checked recently. I have two monitors and I keep on forgetting which one's which. But of course, until recently, it didn't matter because it was just on my Linux laptop and it could barely get, over 30 frames per second on any games. All right, so window mode, and then we want, I want just to get the default everything. And then we're gonna wanna set some stuff. So we're gonna make this mutable. And I guess off of here, and maybe instead of mute, we could just go dot, and let's see what it is. These aren't public. I need to use the methods, dimensions, set the window side. So dot dimensions, and this is gonna be the width and the height. I don't need this to be mute. So I've got 1920 by 1080, but in reality, it's a little bit less than that. So maybe instead of 1920, we can do like 1850. It has to be a floating point number. And then the height, so 1080. I don't have exact height, so let's do 1000 height. So if I do this, that gives me my window mode. And then before I build, I can now do dot window mode and pass it the window mode. Now, if I do this and run it, we should get a nice big window here. Yep, and it's pretty much fully taking up the entire screen without losing anything. So I see everything left and right. So that's perfect. And of course, the last thing is we don't want that pesky sort of just everything to be white. That will blind everyone every single time I do that. So in our main library, in our draw function, instead of graphics white, we're going to change this to graphics black. And so that will give us a nice black background and won't blind us every single time that it pops up. And there we go.